What's that lurking in the woods? Is it a bear pulling its pud? Oh no, it's Nobby on the prowl again. Scratching his back against a tree, then digs a ditch and bends both knees to squat above it, dumping wild and free. Nobby, Nobby, Nobby.
What up, mongrels? How the devil are you? A quick vid today. Basically, what's been going on, I've gone down the rabbit hole of looking at Bridge Hammocks, and over in the UK it's slim pickings, and all of the decent ones cost a bleeding fortune. So what I thought I'd do today is see if I could knock up a no-so cheap, very cheap Bridge hammock using me noggin. Let's face it, you've seen my noggin before, it may turn out pretty bad. It's going to be very similar to the basha tarp hammock type thing, if you look up here, probably the wrong side, if so I'll flip it, that I do, but with a little bit of difference. So what I've done today, all I've got kit wise is cue picture, and then I'll go through it. 4 golf balls, don't have to be golf balls, they can be conkers, marbles, a midget's fist, acorns, anything. I happen to have golf balls at home, so I've picked them up. They're basically to wrap my, you'll see what they're for, 4 golf balls or conkers. 2 luggage straps, cheap and nasty. 4 lengths of suspension material. I'm using a 3 or 5 mil Dyneema, am steel. You can double up, what's it called, shock cord if you like, that'll hold you. All with loops on the end. 2 carabiners, a sheet of material. I'm using an old, unused, cheap and nasty Chinese hammock. You can use a bed sheet, shower curtain, anything you bleeding like. Yeah, cut yourself a bit of material, really don't matter. And 2 bits of timber I've found on the deck and sort of cut to length. Might not be the length, as I say. I've not tried it yet and I'm making it up as I go along. So I'm now going to walk and talk you through the process, what's going on in my head and how I think it's going to work. Right, so to start with, I'm going to lay out my material on the deck. You're going to see this done in real time, because it ain't going to take me long. I'm going to find out roughly how long I need the hammock to be. I want it slightly longer than where my head is. You can come down to about there. I'll square that off in a minute. And that just needs flipping to about there. Right, luckily my dirty muddy boots have made that perfect. So we've now got the hammock length. Now what I need is the width. Now beforehand, when I was using my basha hammocks, what you would have, I used to take 900mm, which was from the centre of my chest out to my fingertips. And I used to do that with the cordage as well to make the perfect triangle most stable. But because of the width of the hammock, the actual material on the basha, although it was wide enough, it had obviously come down deep and bowl in. So what I'm thinking of doing this time, as I say, I'm making this up as I go along, I'm going to go slightly wider than my shoulder width on the hammock and put my attachment points there, purely so it's a lot taller and I'm not as deep into the hammock. So what I've done, I've cut my first bit from my shoulder, opposite shoulder, to my fingertips that way, and then the foot end I've made a little bit shorter to stop leg lift. So let's do that to there and that to there. Right, now that is the position where my balls are going to go. Okay, Right. So next thing I'm going to do, I have no idea if I'm in shot here or not. I'll do it down this end so you can see it. I'm going to put my ball right up and into the corner where the loop happened, where the measurements ended, and I'm going to pull them tight, like so. I'm going to do the same this side and on all four corners. What I do need is the knot uppermost. You see what I mean? So that goes through there, like so. Pull that tight with the knot uppermost, or on the underside, because this is going to get flipped over. That goes there. And that goes there. We're pretty much done. So very simply, I've got a loop on the end of one of my luggage straps, wrap it around the tree like you do most hammock systems, give you a quick look at these close up. So you can see that is how those balls are holding on the suspension system. Flip it under so the tucked bits are underneath the hammock. The other end of the suspension will go onto the end of a carabiner, and I will attach that to my suspension. This favoured process is the marlin spike hitch, using that as the spike. That could be another video if you're interested. You ain't that interested. We clip that on. And we do the same this end. Onto a carabiner, marlin spike hitch. Lovely job. Tighten this one up a bit. Now all we got to do is add our spreader bars, pray a little bit when I get in that I don't go on my arse. So that is the foot end. As you can see, I have cut a groove in the foot end, both sides. That is so when it sits on this, you can add knots and stopper knots if needed. I haven't yet because I don't know where I need them. And get it to stay spread apart. It should be long enough so as Get in there. It should be long enough so that that isn't above my head, because if the sticks do fail, yes, they could go that way and impale you, but you've got less chance of them snapping and doing you in that way. One more stick out, the head end. And that is the basic bridge hammock. I'm going to lower it down slightly before I get in it, otherwise I'll be doing a little jump. I'll show you around, see what you think, and then we'll give it a try out. Let's have a little look at how we're hanging. As you can see there, tree straps, carabiner, 2 pieces of Dyneema, looped around the golf ball, groove cut in there, with that going across, exactly the same the other end but with a longer pole, and that looks all right. Now I'll have to figure out after I've got in her, and you're just about to see me go in her, maybe on my arse. I don't know if the material's going to hold, I don't know anything, only one way to find out. But with memory of the basha tarp hammock thing, the foot end did banana you a little bit, not massively. A thing shoved under your knees did sort it, but as I say, I have cut that shorter. Now one of 2 things I might need to do, I'll see when I get in her, is either cut that even shorter or make the balls wider. Make sense? I think it makes sense. I'll try that again in English. I will either spread out the attachment points further apart, therefore making the sag at the bottom, where am I? Like that, lowering your feet end, or make the spreader bar shorter, having the same effect. More sag at that, feet end go down. I'm happy with how taut it is this end. Let's stop the jibber jabber and jump in and have a look. Who knows? Right, so I've found my middle. Sit down slowly, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Flip around. And yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at you, so I've got a camera there. On the hole, that is very comfortable, but as I suspected, my legs have lifted a little bit. So what I'm now going to do is cut a smaller foot end and see if that lowers that. Not sure if you can see the banana. Now, because that is quite close and a lot wider than my shoulders, shoulder squeeze really isn't an issue. I don't feel like I'm going to fall out at any point. It's comfortable. I don't know if this is the right material to use. I haven't cut any shapes in it. It is a no-sew suspended cot bed hammock type thing. I'm going to have a little muck around with the end and see if I can get my legs down anymore. Yeah, happy days. Again, something under my knees and I'm golden there. Let's have a fiddle. Sorry, I've got a steam train going past. No rhyme or reason or any measurements or anything like that. This is arbitrary. I've taken that much off of another bit to see if it lowers me down any. Have a look. So immediately you can see the sag difference from one end to the other. Looking hopeful. Here we go again for take 2. Slowly, slowly, don't rip please. That is a lot better. It's not perfect, but it is a lot better. So yeah, slight something under my knees. I might go back and do a little bit of research to find out how to actually get rid of the leg lift in a bridge hammock. What it does give me is some idea of something to make, so watch this space. As you can see from in here, feet end, fat head end, go like that, do the Instagram pose. Happy days. Right, so with a final bit of fudging, I may have cracked it. So what I've done, I've actually put the suspension really taut, rather than the sort of angles you would get on a gathered end hammock. I'm going to get, as raised it up a bit. I can't be arsed cocking about, so you're going to see me struggle to get in this thing. But it will be a test to see if the spreader bars can hold. Right, nice little seat. And that is a damn sight better. Not sure what you can see from that camera angle, but yeah, I'm liking that. I like it a lot. Any better the closer I get? No, that makes it worse. So definitely better off towards the head end. I've still got half an arm's length that side of me, so it won't crack on me napper. Loads of room down the foot end. I could make this shorter if needed, but that is a very usable hammock. I'm going to have to research how to get rid of leg lift. I can't lay here all day. So there we have it, a 10-minute bridge hammock no-so hack. Go out, give it a crack. DM me on Insta or something. Let me know if it works. Comment down below, let me know if it works. Most people out there will have a cheap Chinese hammock that they don't use because, let's face it, they're pants. They're not pants when they're set up like that. Or any other suggestions, if you know anything about hammocks and lowering that leg lift, the tighter, the better it seems to be. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at some designs and measurements maybe. Measurements really ain't my thing. That's why I'll do how long body bits are. The good thing is with this, dependent on your size, shape, etc., you can make it to yourself. So if you're only little like Mez, you know, you can make 2 out of 1 hammock. If you're a big old unit, yeah. Happy days. I'm now going to go home, and for those of you interested, I'm going to put a little bit at the end of it because I rode up here today on a 1962 Honda C105, which is one of the very first Honda Cubs, but it's got a climbing gear on it, so it's a proper trail off-road piece of equipment. Completely stock. I've done nothing to it other than get it running and put a little comfy seat in it because this one is perished and rat-gnawed, but it works. And I love the thing. It brings a smile on my face. If you ain't sticking around for that, till next time, ta-ra! Here she is, look. What a quality piece of engineering. There's the gears I was telling you about. Just lengthen your chain, step up onto the bigger gear, and she will climb a house. But the best thing is, she runs. All I've done was change the brakes, change the oil, give her a quick look over, and away she went. I will now see if I can start her for you, because some fat sweaty knobhead may have broken off the kickstart. Fuel on, electrics on. They don't make them like it anymore. Pea shooter exhaust. I wonder what adventures we could have. Till next time, ta-ra!